look at the student success, and Liz is going to describe, there are some ways we think we can be more intrusive, particularly in the freshman year. Because as everybody knows, once students get into that sophomore year, we retain them at a very good rate. So it's really the freshman year that we've got to concentrate. And so the other thing we're looking at doing, and we'll quickly describe and then get your feedback on it, is the University College. What is the ground?
To make a difference. How many of you use the GPS in warning your students that they're not doing all that well? That's fantastic. I had been told that the difference in retention among those students who were warned was up 2%, but in two different cohorts, actually it's 4%. And so instead of having a 72.5, we have a 76.5 retention on those students who received the early warning system. That is really important. If we could have that early warning system done by everybody, that would make a huge difference. The idea of a university college is not only a home for undeclared freshmen, so you don't say, oh, I'm not in a college. You are in college, and you have an organization that is going to support you in every way, not just the advising and not just the stepped up intrusive advising, but having all of the faculty who are teaching this university college be part of a cadre of faculty who will have special training, who will come together and have increased faculty development opportunities, more sections of supplemental instruction, particularly essential in the sciences, more access to coaching, and really try and bring these freshman students into a really, really successful learning environment. Karen P. has been working for quite a long time with the First Year Learning Initiative. How many of you are involved in that? Okay, how many of you involved in the first year seminar? Nobody there, that would be something to think about. But yes, money. But having all these things come together with this team of faculty who have been working on First Year Learning Initiative is really a way of bringing these things together to maximize their effect on each other and to have the overall result of increased student success. The courses that would be taught in the university college would still be your courses, but you would teach them perhaps as part of a university college structure where you're not going to have FTE in the university college, but that you would have an assignment in the university college. And so anybody who really wants to participate would be invited to, but university college faculty will be chosen. It will not be volunteer. And the reason we're doing that is because we want to control for really having a faculty who are really fantastic with freshmen and understand the pedagogy and understand the students' inability to concentrate for more than 12 minutes at a time and all that kind of stuff. We think most of the faculty who would want to come into the university college would be non-tenured track. However, there may be tenured track faculty or tenured faculty who wish to participate as well. And initially, the courses will be those FI-like courses, First Year Learning Initiative, that Karen P. has been organizing. And those would be the ones we would start with. And then as the second year, as we go into the second year, more and more courses will come into this, along with the faculty who deliver those courses. The president is going to offer a stipend to faculty who come into the university college as a reward or a bonus, if you will, for the extra activities and the extra time that it's going to take to coordinate all this. There won't be multiple sections of classes in the university college that are not coordinated. All of the multiple sections will be coordinated, which takes lots of meetings and extra effort. The problem with doing the university college at this point in time is the cost. And so we've tried to come up with models for a way that we can do this and reap the advantages of it without having to suffer the penalties. So what we're thinking about doing is that we would ask Karen Pugliese to serve as the dean as well as the vice provost for academic affairs because she doesn't have quite enough to do. And so, it's not the ideal situation. I don't want to see her absolutely collapse. but we would finally fill the Associate Vice Provost position, you know, the Deb Larson position we put out there last year, or the fall, and then we decided to pull it because we were talking about whether or not we were going to do this university college, and we thought, well, let's wait until we have a clear idea of where we're headed. And then we posted the position again, but now we pulled it again because we really need to know exactly where we're headed. And I think this is the way to head. So we fill the Associate Vice Provost position. That person would have the portfolio pretty much of integrating a lot of the first year learning initiative materials. Now, along with all these other efforts, the president is going to put into place a math emporium, which the faculty of math think is going to be a very good idea. And there would only be 3 math courses that are put into this university college initially, because in order to do that, we have to, number one, create a space that's going to hold hundreds of computers and also be wired and have the HVAC system be able to handle that much electricity and that much power. So we don't exactly have a space in mind. I mean, we have like 5 or 6 possibilities of doing more self-paced, personalized system of instruction where students can work on a given section of a course until they master that section. And then when they have competence in that section, they can move on to the second unit. And so it's not everybody has to move at the same pace. It's more individualized. And last year, the math department piloted some of the 5-week modules, and what they found was that those students who could progress at their own pace had higher retention and higher grades than those students who were put through, you know, as a cohort. And the difference, of course, is that, you know, when you get stuck, you raise your hand and your faculty member comes over and helps you and you work it through, and then when you're ready, you go on. So if a student finishes 2 out of the 3, let's say 5-week segments, the student can move on into the new segment, but in the first 30 days has to complete that 3rd segment because the knowledge has to be cumulative and preparatory. So it's very exciting, and this is the only real cost of the university college, but we're going to do it anyway. So it's not the university college that's going to cost, but to build an emporium, to fix up a space, to put in all the computers and all that is going to be a one-time expense. And the only expense in staffing for the university college would be 1 staff person, because we have money on the Associate Vice Provost line, obviously, Karen's already paid. Oh, well, we have many classes that are going in. There's about a dozen or 15 going in. And those are the ones that have been working already with Karen P. and the First Year Learning Initiative and that are kind of ready to go.
What are the math classes that are going into that?
I think one of them is an X class. I don't remember. Karen would be able to tell you.
We can get you the list, and there's a business plan eventually we'll send out to do this. The math emporium, the initial investment is going to be north of $1 million because we've got to find a space, we've got to renovate it, we've got to buy all the computers. But those are one-time costs, not continuing costs.
I was wondering what the math is that they're teaching.
These are beginning level math courses.
Lisa, it's my impression that 114 is going to be equal.
Okay.
Or
I'll see if I can find out how
that's
that
our
is.
track.
The other thing that's kind of interesting about this, and remember, if we continue to do what we've always been doing, we're not going to change the pattern that we've now established, is we're also cooperating some in using some of the products that Pearson's has put out there into the marketplace. So this is a kind of public-private partnership. How far will we go with that? We're still taking advantage of some of what they have out there, and then our faculty work with it and see what pieces they want.
Dr. Fair, what about South Beaver School? How is that being utilized?
Right now, South Beaver has English as foreign language, so they're in there right now. Eventually, we one time thought we could put a math emporium in the gym there, but it is not big enough. It doesn't appear to be big enough. I haven't gone over there to take a look. But the South Beaver School is very much in our sights for the future. But FUSD does not know whether or not they can actually sell that, so we may continue to lease that from them for some time in the future. So let's talk, we've talked about some aspects of the efforts we're making on DFW rights, University College, the Math Emporium. One of the others is the use of faculty time. And in a sense, what we're going to start talking about everywhere is trying to rationalize faculty load. So across the university, the faculty loads vary enormously, which is okay. That's true in most universities. But the reason I wanted to show you this is likely, as an institution, we need to get back into hiring tenure and tenure-track faculty. But we have to be sure that the faculty we have, tenure-track, tenured lecturers, and so on, are used in the best way possible, whether it's a teaching research load, whether it's primarily a teaching load. As we look at the faculty, it has grown, as you can see, but the days where we use the ratio of one faculty member to kind of 26, that was something the state looked at. That ratio goes out the window. It is now going to be there will be fewer faculty, more students. That's because the budget, which goes to hiring faculty, is going to be relatively fixed. So we have to figure out how to be really efficient with the most valuable resource the university has. And that is the faculty's time. That's the coin of the realm, and how we use that will impact how we work our way through these issues.